This is the Slate Podcast, episode 21, take 1, and Slate. Welcome to the Slate Podcast, the podcast where we talk about music, movies, and or media. I'm Dario. I'm here with Jeff and George with special guest Michael.
Our guest of honor.
Yeah. Guest of honor.
The man himself.
Since you're the new one, you want to introduce who's Michael?
Tell us about yourself, your
tell
story.
us
Where do you come from?
My story. All right.
Where do you come from? Where are you going?
From the hottest place on planet Earth, respectively. I'm sorry, but
Respectively.
yeah. I'm Michael. I'm George's brother.
That's me.
I appreciate movies, media, music. That was the whole. Is that the catchphrase?
That's our
You
line.
got it.
Yeah.
You got
That's
it.
the gig.
He's one of
Nice
us.
job.
He's one of us now.
Yeah, he's
I'm
in.
already here.
Yeah.
You're part of
You're
the
in,
boys.
bro.
Part of the
Yeah,
boys.
he's part of the boys.
Welcome.
I appreciate all that. So that's what we're here to talk about. Yeah.
That's what we're here to do. That's what we do. This special weekend, something happened all of a sudden. I was unaware, but just so you guys know the topic of today's episode, we're gonna talk about current events. Something big happened this weekend. Comic-Con, I think. Was that Friday? When was that?
It started on Thursday and it ends today,
Oh,
Sunday.
shoot. Yeah,
Yeah.
and obviously there was a lot of announcements from Marvel. So we'll discuss that, and then we'll discuss the Miss Marvel season finale. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's our topic
Yeah,
today.
man. Yeah. So I guess you guys want to start with the two trailers that they showed. So
Well,
they gave us.
Let's start with
Uh-huh.
everything they announced first. I think.
Okay. Oh, so I guess I'll just go through the list. So, Kevin Feige came on stage like a boss, and this man started unraveling. This man,
Fanboy.
wait, what?
This
Fanboy?
man
What
must
you
be your best friend or something.
mean? Bro, this guy is the Michael Jordan of media. Okay. Some may argue one of the greatest producers in Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't know that person.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know who that.
I don't know.
that guy.
Some
Never met him
people
before.
say, some people. But yeah, he came on stage, like always, and there's a list. I'll just go through the list. He announced the show Secret Invasion, which if it's like the comics, I guess it's like when the scrolls start showing up, and
When is that
it's
coming out?
revealed that,
Can you say when it's coming out too?
that is coming out? It says here the spring of 2023.
But that's not the latest. Didn't they announce something from this year too?
No, I'm going through the list. Dario.
No,
bro,
I'm just
calm
saying
down,
like
bro.
going order.
Dario, I need you to calm
Dario.
down. I'm going through the list.
Well, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
you started with
The people,
2023.
the people want to know.
All right.
people
blame
wanna
the
know.
Marvel website, man.
Okay, all right.
They really put secret in. They just went here's everything. Here you go. Do it
Yeah.
yourself.
They announced the Ant-Man movie, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantum Mania. That's coming out also next year, 2023, February. They announced Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah.
That comes out in May next year.
Dope.
Dude, I'm so hyped for that one. They also announced Echo, the show, which,
Dope.
by the way, George, you actually were there when they were filming that
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
I'm still
that's pretty
there.
cool.
They're still filming this by now.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, I'm security for movie productions here in Georgia, and they film a lot of Marvel stuff here. So I've seen things for Black Panther, I've seen things for Echo,
That's cool.
and I've seen things for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And it's a kid in the candy store situation because I love all that stuff.
Okay, so
behind the
yeah,
scenes.
go ahead and just tell us everything you know from being on set, and just everything will be
Yeah.
fine.
So all these main characters die. They all die.
Stop. No, bro, the Feige sniper is gonna get you.
It's honestly that feeling when I'm on set. Like I'm so scared to bring out my phone because I feel like somebody's gonna tackle me.
You're gonna see a little red dot on your face.
Yeah, just whoa, wow, that's cool. And then all of a sudden I see. Maybe I should leave.
Yeah. They also went ahead and they announced Loki season 2, which we already knew
Yep.
that was gonna happen. They announced the Blade movie. Oh, Loki comes out, by the way, next year again, summer. summertime. The Blade movie comes out November next year, so a lot for next year. They announced the Ironheart show also comes out. Guess when? Next year.
We're done for this year. They don't care about this year anymore.
They announced the
things that come out
Agatha
this year.
show.
Oh, I got that. I don't know.
Also.
What? That threw me off. I didn't know that was gonna happen.
Yep. I don't even know what they're gonna do with that, but that's also next year. Okay, so this one is not for next year. This one's for 2024. This is the Daredevil Born Again.
That's it,
Show.
Chief.
No,
That's what I want to hear.
It's gonna be 18 episodes long.
Whoa.
That's it,
Wow.
Chief. That
Yes, dude.
I will make sure to
Dude, and-
finish the Netflix Daredevil before then. I'm only on
Oh,
season
he
one.
announced.
You're still,
And he
you're still
announced-
going through it.
Yeah, and he announced that also the guy that plays Kingpin is gonna be on it too.
Okay, so he's
All
not there.
right.
No. Oh no.
I didn't think.
No, I didn't think it was either.
There's no way. They also announced the Captain America movie for 2024.
All right.
And
Nice.
Thunderbolts for 2024. Fantastic Four for 2024. And then the two big ones. And I guess he said that these are the two movies that are gonna end Phase 6. We have Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, and Secret Wars. And it's crazy because they're both Avengers movies, and they both come out the same year.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's also confused me. I was like, when you send those pictures, I was like, is this one of them photoshopped or like? There's no way they just announced two Avengers movies in the same year.
In the same year, dude.
Yeah, that is wild. Yeah.
I got some things to say about that, but
Well, no.
But
is
yeah.
there? Doesn't Black Panther come out this year?
yeah, so that is the last movie for Phase 4.
It's November, isn't it?
Yep.
November?
What was it? Yeah, November.
That is
yeah.
November.
November 11th.
Yeah, and with that teaser they just released.
Yeah, they just released the trailer for that too.
Finally.
Looks good.
Honestly, I like that. I like that trailer.
It surprised me on how good it was. So I am excited for that more than I already was.
Yeah.
It looks really good. And now we know that they're going to introduce Namor and Ironheart. So I'm pretty curious to see, like... And I'm kind of nervous for that movie, to be honest, because you're missing your main character,
Yeah.
you know? How do you do a Spider-Man movie without Spider-Man in it?
Yeah, that is weird. I mean, they can always just have someone else be Black Panther, like just pass. But
They don't want to do that.
my biggest curiosity, I know they don't want to do that, and which is cool. I wonder how. Like, what are they gonna say? How are they gonna set this up? Is there somebody playing? You know how they do face replacement? Are they doing that thing to get him out of the movie early on? Like, are they gonna say he died off screen? I just don't understand how they're gonna make it make sense.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking when I saw it. I was like, how are they gonna get him out of the way for us to be able to watch the rest of the movie and have that, secured? But I don't know. We'll find out. And from the big billboard thing they had, it looks like he did pass away. That's
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. So I guess they're gonna explain that.
That's so cool. I saw that in real life. The big billboard with his face on it in the trailer.
Yeah.
And I remember sending you guys the picture and be like, "Yo, that's our boy."
Yeah,
There he
which
is.
by the way wasn't on it in the picture you sent. Yeah, I mean, wait, are you gonna get in trouble that you took a set picture?
No, I'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm sure they're on their way.
All right. But you were just like that.
If you hear a knock on the door, you
something-
know what
Matter of
happened.
fact, let me get the door real quick.
But you didn't take a picture of it though. I remember it was like you were like it's on that, it's there, but you couldn't see it in the picture.
No, I took a
you can see
picture
it.
of it. Yeah, you can see the whole thing.
Well,
Yeah, it's like this big white billboard, and it has Chadwick Boseman's face on it. But it was like a sneaky shot, like I was in the middle of nowhere, and they were tearing down all the stuff they already filmed, and then I saw that, and I was like, and then I ran to my car.
like you just grabbed some diamonds and you're like, oh, I got it. Let's go, guys, and you have a runaway car.
yeah, basically.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we're gonna see like a funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just on that side that I thought they should have just recast it and keep his legacy going. You know.
I feel that. I'm on
It's a confusing situation to be in. Really.
Yeah.
It is. It's hard to decide what is more. It's kind of like a pick your poison type deal.
Right.
It's,
Yeah.
That is true.
Like one of our cousins, Omar, said, it probably won't be a good PR move to recast him.
Yeah. Because it is like the hardest task. Because it's like he literally just passed away. So it's like, how do you recast someone right away? Like, I feel like so many people would be mad at that. Even if the actor who they would recast with would do a great job, it's like a losing battle. Like they won't be able to win in that scenario. In this one, at least, just by maybe killing off Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, in the movie, and then just kind of trying to do something else. If they do it right, then it's like, okay, that was good enough. But like recasting right now, like so soon, I feel like it would have been a lose-lose battle for them. So I think that's how they looked at it.
Yeah, and look, and trailers can be deceiving sometimes. But as of right now, I'm looking at that trailer and I'm like, yo, this could be one of their best movies.
Oh yeah. Looking at it, like I said, I was very surprised on how good it was.
Yeah. I like the music and everything, and just the atmosphere. I'm happy to see the aesthetically pleasing Wakanda again.
Yeah.
And I'm comparing this to Thor, by the way. So seeing this trailer and after watching Thor makes me a little happy.
What, Dario?
I mean, comparing it to Thor? What do you mean?
No, like coming off of Thor and then seeing this.
Right.
I'm like,
I got you.
I like this.
Yeah.
This is what I
It's like, this is what it should be, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get like 50 jokes in the trailer.
Yeah, it looks a lot more serious. Back to that like serious, more overall story. Yeah. So that's good. That's good. I'm glad.
Yeah. Even though watching teasers, because it's a teaser. It always makes me mad a little bit, because it's like we're seeing all this stuff and like we have no idea what's going on. Like they didn't give anything away. Like I feel like we don't know what the movie's about really, or how they there's still so many questions we don't know. So I can't wait for the trailer to come out. I mean, it looks good, but I'm just like very confused. Like
that's definitely really what's gonna sell it, is the trailer.
The story trailer. Like the one being like, we have this problem, we need to fix it.
Yeah.
It's either they're gonna go to war with Namor and his people, or they're coming out because they're having an issue with maybe the humans or something else. I'm not sure. I do know that Namor is a mutant, so
Yeah, that's cool, Jeff. That's cool that you know that. It's not like anybody cares.
Maybe we get an after credit scene when. Bro, no, hear me out. You remember when you mocked me about Miss Marvel? So you better listen to me. What if we get an after credit scene? What if we get an after credit scene where Xavier comes out? He's like, you know what you are? You're a mutant, son.
You're Mexican.
Confirmed?
Mexicans confirmed in the episode.
Mexicans confirmed.
Ever since Doctor Strange.
Spanish confirmed.
Spanish confirmed. Michael, have you seen that TikTok?
No.
Where, dude, it's a video of people watching Doctor Strange and America Chavez talk Spanish in that scene.
Yeah.
And everybody just starts cheering and clapping.
Cheering for that.
It's so cringe. It's like,
Spanish confirmed.
Spanish confirmed. Mexicans confirmed in the MCU.
We got it in, boys. It took a lot.
Nah, but that's just fun speculation. But yeah, who knows? Who knows, man?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, it's a possibility. Anything.
Endless.
Yeah.
Don't inflate his head.
So should we talk about like which of these projects are you guys more excited about, and what are you like wanting to see in these projects? Like looking at the list, like what are you like really excited for?
I feel like I should be the most. Whoa, what was that?
It's my dog.
Aldo over there dying, bro.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Isn't there another trailer?
There's 2 trailers.
Oh yeah,
She-Hulk.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay.
I liked it.
I'm
high.
I like. Also surprised me. That's another one that
I like this trailer better than the last trailer.
Definitely,
way better.
Definitely, for sure, way better. Yeah,
it is
so
better.
much.
I think the CGI on her face and even Hulk in this trailer, it's a little bit like, oh man, it doesn't. I mean, it's just comparing it to like Endgame. Obviously, you know we shouldn't do that because Hulk obviously is gonna look way better in Endgame. It's a movie.
Yeah,
but it's just like I hope I can get over that watching it. And then I told you guys this and the trailer looked fine, but it looks like she's gonna be like talking to the camera, like breaking that fourth wall.
Yeah.
She looked at the camera twice, and it's like, oh, okay, so it's this type of show where the main character is just like talking to the camera all the time. I hope they do it not in a cringy way. Like I hope they pull it off.
For sure.
Like in a Deadpool way. Where it's funny.
But like too much, right? Like
I think that it's a good change of like tone. But if they do it incorrectly, which unfortunately in a lot of Marvel movies, when they want to be funny, it just they over push it. So hopefully they're not gonna push it too far on this one.
Yeah.
And
to be fair, though,
you're
but
probably gonna say the same thing. I'm gonna say that's the thing she does.
No, right? But what you said about the VFX, Dario. To be fair, and I know this because I watched that YouTube channel that you guys watch. To be fair, when they put up those trailers on YouTube, it gets compressed.
Right.
So maybe it affects the quality and it looks weird.
No, it's that, and also they're not done. Like they could
right.
improve it before it comes out. So that's why I'm like, it does look pretty good. At least Hulk looks pretty good. Her face in the whole trailer, everything we've seen looks off. I mean, I don't understand.
Yeah, it looks.
My girl looking like Fiona.
Fiona looking like.
It is actually very true. Yeah,
honestly.
Fiona looking at.
Yeah, that doesn't. Wow.
So.
It doesn't mean I don't. That doesn't testament to the show being bad at all.
No,
really, it's just that's a thing that will pull you out of the experience.
Yeah.
You know,
which makes me wonder why they couldn't like paint her green instead of. I think that looks a lot better.
See, I wonder about that because she's not really that big, right?
Yeah,
she could have just been painted green and used a little CGI.
Gamora looks fine.
Yeah,
they really just
exactly.
Gamora looks great.
A good example. They literally just for this model they scaled her up like a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
She's definitely bigger. I mean, you can tell by when she's carrying that guy. She's bigger, but it's like her face didn't need to be CGI'd. I mean, they probably put like dots on her face. We'll see in the behind the scenes. But it's just like face replacement is so hard. I don't know why on a show when they don't have the budget to do it, they try to do that.
They go for it. Yeah.
Paint it green. I'll be fine with that.
Yeah. Definitely probably would have looked a lot better just painted green, really, with that type of like.
And then buff up, like just eat some protein, buff up, and then just make her taller.
Yeah.
That's it.
Natalie Portman.
I'm saying that like I do it all the time. like there's things that happen.
But I mean, we'll see. It is what it is. So hopefully it doesn't take. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't take us out. But everything else though, from it, looked really good. From the first one. I was like, okay, this kind of looks like it's not gonna.
I said, Mom would like this show.
Yeah,
when I saw the first one.
It was kind of like, okay, you know, I don't. But then they introduced like what she's gonna be in Law 4, that whole like superhero thing and stuff like that.
I like,
and that's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's interesting. And then you know the training with Hulk parts look cool too. So it brought me back in as of terms of like from the first one to now. So
yeah, that was goodness.
Yeah. There is dog. I think he's killing someone. I think someone's getting killed.
What are you guys doing to that dog?
We torture dogs.
No dogs. No animals are being hurt in this show.
No animals are being hurt.
I was gonna say, I've also heard she's a great actress. One of my friends, he recommended a show that she's in. I forget what the name of the show is, but I have seen a scene where she's playing like different people in one scene.
You want to look it up?
So,
can you recommend?
I mean, if you're gonna mention it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Since you mentioned it.
Guys, give me 1 second, guys, while I look this up.
Well, while you do that, we can also mention. I mean, let's go. I mean, I'm really excited about Guardians 3. I saw a little clip of them talking about it, and apparently, I mean, they're gonna hype it up, but they're saying,
okay, I found it.
This is gonna be a good one. Go ahead.
It's called Orphan Black.
Oh yes, that's when she was first announced. People were like, "Oh, it's the girl from Orphan Black," and I remember looking at it a long time ago, but I don't remember anything from it before.
Anyways, Guardians 3.
Yep. Dude, I
already told you that, guys, my pet peeve with Thor being like they set up Guardians and Thor together, and then the very next movie they're in, they just kind of separate, and that went nowhere. And I was so excited to see Thor with the gang, but I don't know. Hopefully he'll come back for. I mean, who knows? He could be in the movie too, Thor in the Guardians movie, and
I think your dog agrees.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you, boy. And
thank you.
Oh my God.
Daryl, you wanna take care of your dog?
BRB.
You wanna kick his ass, Daryl?
You just gotta shut
the hell up.
What happened to the dog, man?
What happened, bro? Is it alive?
Don't worry about it.
Yo.
No,
you didn't have to do that, man.
It's just a podcast, bro.
Did you do it? Yes.
I muted him. I put him in a different room. No, I mean,
you say you muted.
I meant to say I muted myself.
You should have ended it there. You should have.
I muted him.
I muted
forever.
I muted myself. So Guardians, I was so excited about them and Thor. So I'm just hoping he'll show up in Guardians 3. But they teased that it's gonna be about Gamora, and like that whole after Endgame thing. So they are definitely following up on that promise of the search for Gamora and the whole this Gamora doesn't remember them type deal.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah. Dude, I feel like you ask which one are we the most excited for? I feel like I should be the most excited for Secret Wars. But Guardians, bro. Guardians, I have a sentimental attachment to that movie. Like, me and my friend Benny, we went to see that movie 5 times in the movie theater.
Wow,
the first one. Yeah, and then the
Both
second one was
5 times?
Bro, we went 5 times. 5 or 4, one of those. Mm-hmm. And then the second one, I freaking love the second one. So yeah, like I'm hearing things. I think even James Gunn said that this is the last time we'll probably see some characters. So I know I'm gonna tear up
for real
in that movie. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
Okay, well, yeah.
Big things to come.
Well,
I'm expecting a really emotional movie, and I'm really excited for Adam Warlock and the High Evolutioner, which is the guy that was in
he was in Peacemaker. The guy, the actor
Peacemaker
is in Peacemaker.
Yeah, the actor from Peacemaker. He's gonna be the High Evolutioner.
Okay.
In this movie, so that should be exciting.
All right. Cool. Good actor. Good stuff to come. He's also a good director.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
What about you guys?
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Michael?
Wow, I don't know. There's a lot.
I'm obviously excited for Echo, the show I didn't ask for.
I think everybody's putting all the other announcements on hold for Echo. I don't
Echo,
think
and Agatha.
Obviously,
2 shows I just didn't ask for.
I'm not sure about Agatha. Honestly, like it feels like one of those.
What they're gonna do with that,
what do you call it? A side. What do they call it?
Side quest.
Well, not side quest.
Side quest.
When they make a show out of a show, that's basically
spin-off.
Spin-off. It feels like an unnecessary spin-off because like Agatha was on WandaVision, and I feel like that was good. And obviously she's a fan favorite, and it just feels like, hey, they liked her. Let's just do a show. And it's like, where is it coming from?
Yeah.
Do they actually have a good story, or are they just trying to make a show? You know what I mean?
Yeah, make a show about somebody we liked for the time that WandaVision was
That's
going
why
on.
I'm so confused about Echo. I don't think anybody talked about her when Hawkeye ended. So I don't understand why would that. I don't. Maybe it might be good. I'm not gonna completely demolish the idea.
Yeah,
but,
when she first appeared, I remember being like, "Oh, I know that character." I was hyped for her and stuff, and then she just, that was it.
yeah,
basically.
She was the villain for Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Was,
that was about it.
But she's getting a whole nother show.
A whole show.
Hopefully
it has
it's
potential.
worth watching. Yeah. It definitely does.
Yeah, and from what I've seen, which is not much.
It's like a picture of her.
Yeah, honestly. It is fun stuff. I've actually seen her do a scene in this like roller skating ring set. The actress herself, she's actually really good, and she's actually deaf, and she actually has a prosthetic on her leg and stuff, and she plays the character really well. Like she seems like a sweet person.
She did good in Hawkeye.
No, yeah, for
it's
sure.
Just like I said, like just like coming off from that, it was really unexpected.
Yeah,
like, this is the last
random.
thing I thought was gonna be a show.
That's true.
It might have something good. So we'll see.
Yeah, for sure.
We can only hope. And then the last thing I'm really excited for, except besides the Avengers movies, the Fantastic Four, obviously. Which
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, did you go through all the announcements, Jeff?
Oh.
Yeah, I think you did.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Fantastic Four. Did they announce the name, or is it just Fantastic Four?
As of now, it's just Fantastic Four.
Okay.
Right now,
people
it is
thought that
Fantastic
they were gonna
Four,
come out.
Fantastic Beast, and Where to Find Them.
Fantastic Four.
The ultimate crossover.
Do it. You won't.
Do it,
Make
you
it
cowards!
happen. Destroy the cinema.
As
Bro,
of
people
now,
will lose
we don't know who is in it or who the director is.
I mean, we know who's in it. I mean, at least
We
John
know
Krasinski.
one person.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know that one.
Nothing
guy.
has been confirmed.
No. Yes, it has. I think it.
No,
Yes.
it hasn't. That was a
Yeah,
fake.
yeah.
That was a fake headline.
What, that he was coming
No,
back?
Jeff.
Yep.
Are you sure?
As of right now, nothing
What is
has
your
been
sources?
confirmed.
Trust me, bro.
What's your sources that?
What is your sources?
What's your source
Bro,
that this source is fake?
I got
bro?
Kevin Feige on my line right now.
Put
bro.
him on.
Don't make
you
me
put him on?
FaceTime him real quick. He's a busy man.
Apparently.
Wait, are you
No, but
serious?
no,
No,
for-
he's not confirmed.
No, I'm super serious. Like nothing's been confirmed yet.
But
He's like
but that's-
80%
Are they
confirmed.
saying that besides John Krasinski? Or
He's one of the rumors to direct.
oh,
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. They did the whole thing with him being in it.
what?
Bro, he literally sounds like he's dying.
And then Dario is not making
We
it
are not
any better with
harassing
his facial
any animals.
expression.
I don't know. The rumor is that they're gonna announce everything at D23. That's
Okay.
like the Disney event. So I don't know. I can see John Krasinski directing this movie.
See,
He-
I see that, and then the thing about Disney, like, being in charge of everything is like sometimes they which they haven't done that recently, but sometimes they give you this mold that they want to stick to. That's why most of the Marvel movies from Phase 1 to 3 look really similar.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
And but recently, like in Phase 4, it looks a little more original, especially Thor. But I could see like he's the movies he's done, Quiet Place, they're great, right? And he's directed them, and especially I love the first one.
And it's a family.
And it's a family, and he's a family man, and I trust him in a director's chair, definitely.
Yeah.
He knows how to sell that family aspect.
That's important for Fantastic Four. That's extremely important.
Extremely.
To have
Yeah.
that.
There was even a rumor that Steven Spielberg is gonna direct this movie.
Fantastic
So a lot
Four?
of names.
That's a
a lot of
That's
names are
a-
being
that's
thrown
a-
into the hat right now.
That's so unlikely.
that is.
I know,
very
right?
likely.
But it's very likely that they're gonna announce more
Good.
about that at the D23 Expo.
Yeah, and I say unlikely because a lot of these older directors hate Marvel
That's
for
so true.
Yeah, for their formula and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I hope they don't watch Thor, because then everything they think will be like vindicated.
That's probably the one they
gosh.
watched and they're like, man, this sucks.
Get this movie off theaters.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else before we move on to our main topic? Because that was pretty long.
Yes. I just want to give my quick thoughts about this Secret Wars. And I was telling you guys on the chat that I just feels like it's too rushed, like too soon. Like Secret Wars, I think it's supposed to be the Infinity War. And it took so long to build towards Infinity War. And now it feels like we're going way too fast towards Secret Wars. Like, I don't know how closely they're going to base it to the story.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it took a whole Fantastic Four run, a whole Avengers run to lead to it, you know? So, I don't know. I'm a little nervous about that, too. But, bro, this could be, like, the most epic thing.
It's that case. It's either gonna be like the most amazing movie ever, or it is gonna be the biggest flop in cinema history. And we will.
It's gonna flop.
Regardless,
hard.
Regardless, we will leave this theater crying.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah, either out of happiness or sadness. Like, like you they don't have no between. Yeah, because it's either gonna be amazing or people are just gonna be really disappointed.
That is the whole thing.
This is a movie that it has to be one of the extremes. It cannot. There's no way that you're gonna make a Secret Wars movie and it's gonna come out okay. Like,
it can't be mid.
Because if it's okay, then people are like, well, that was not what I wanted. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Age of Ultron. That's what Age of Ultron was.
Right.
Nah, I love
People
Age of
said-
Ultron.
I gotta say, I do like
Yeah,
it.
but
I
people
do
were
like Age of
expecting too
Ultron.
much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
And also the title is Age of Ultron.
That is also very true.
Yeah, misleading.
Yeah.
Yep. It was like a week.
the week
Does it-
of
does it-
Ultron.
the week of
Avengers, week of
Doesn't have the
Ultron.
same ring to it, you know? Age of Ultron, Week of Ultron.
Avengers. Ultron was here for a week.
Yeah. But
Avengers,
but I
we
am
fought
excited.
Ultron.
I'm curious. Just a little nervous, man. Like, please don't ruin this one. Like, this one's
Yeah, you can't.
Let's
really
end
good
on a
story.
high note,
It's
boys.
not allowed. You can't do it.
Here's the
sorry.
thing. Here's what one thought I just had. Why don't they bring the Russo brothers back? Like,
They
I was
need
just
to.
watching this interview, and like, so many of those movies are great because of them. Like, let's be honest. Like, they
Absolutely,
hired them, and that was a
absolutely.
good move. But like, so much of, obviously Civil War, and then the final
Yes.
phase of that Endgame and Avengers, Endgame and Infinity War, are good because of them, literally. So like,
Winter Soldier.
like
Yeah.
I mean, they
Civil
haven't
War is
retired.
one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny you
Yeah.
say that. There's an interview from like 4 years ago where they were like, yeah, I think we want to do Secret Wars. And at that time, it wasn't even known yet. And they name dropped Secret Wars, that's a movie they would want to. So I wonder if back then they even knew about this.
Probably not, but
So-
they should bring them
Probably
in.
not, but no,
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure.
they are.
If I see that, if I see that two directing it, then that's gonna be high spirits.
That's it. High spirits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Game over. Yeah.
They're like,
Game over.
they're the Undertakers of movies. What I mean is, when the Undertaker only came out for WrestleManias every year? You only bring them out for like the big events.
Yeah.
Bring the Russo
Yeah.
brothers to do like
Yeah,
the big
that's
events,
true.
bro.
Whichever director has to understand what they have on their plate.
Oh, yeah.
Like what they're gonna make.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not just another Marvel movie. And,
Yeah. And to comment on the speed of how things are being mass produced right now, I was telling Jeff earlier, like before with phase 1, 2, and 3, they probably couldn't afford, at least at first, to put all these things out like that in order to rush the production of things. But now they can, and also who nowadays is really willing to wait 10 more years
Yeah.
for Secret Wars when they're able to produce all these shows and all these movies at the same time.
You're
Yeah.
right. I mean, when they were just making
Yeah.
like one movie at a time, it
Yeah.
was like less. Maybe we'll have like 2 movies a year, but like they were better. But now they can
That
have,
is-
like you said,
that's
multiple.
also
They have
true.
shows, movies, animated, like everything going on at once. Like who's supervising all this? I mean,
That's true.
You know what I mean? Do they really care?
It is true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When they were coming out,
the fact. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
It's also the fact that you got 2 Avengers movies. I think
in
it would
the
benefit.
same year.
It would benefit if you put them apart at least 1 year, like Endgame
That's
and
true.
Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let us get hyped. Like, I don't want this to be like. I don't want us to like get exhausted of the Avengers title, and it's gonna lose that epicness if you put 2 of them in the same year. You know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because look at the first one, Avengers: The Kang Dynasty. What?
That's like crazy. And to have only a few months between that and then Secret Wars, I feel like that's not like. I think that we should have a whole year, like you said, like.
Dude, just 1 year, like 1 year dedicated to Secret Wars. That's the last like Marvel movie.
make us
ever.
suffer. Yeah.
Make us suffer.
That wait between Infinity War and Endgame was so crazy. Like we should have that again.
And those trailers were barely trailers.
Yeah,
They were just flashbacks.
People don't want to know everything. Like that's also the thing. Like you say, like they think that because people will complain, like, oh, they're taking too long. But at the same time, this is overdoing it. Like, yes, we want that break. Yeah. We want to get hyped. Just show us a little bit, just like to see what's going on, but just build the hype. Like, that's so much better than throwing a bunch of stuff in, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, because what I'm assuming is that like it's gonna be, you know, the Kang Dynasty, and most likely since another Avengers movie is coming after, it's gonna be maybe a cliffhanger or like something referring to the next one. And so if we don't have like that year of that cliffhanger or like that reference to the next of wondering what's gonna happen and like I need to see this, you know, like it's I feel like it, you know, just doesn't make it as exciting, but you know, we'll see what happens.
We'll see. Maybe they'll push it back.
I think they're gonna.
Yeah, they could.
They could, and they should. To be honest,
they should. They really should.
Yeah. Tell Kevin that next time you see him. Can you tell him?
Yeah. After the pod, I'll get on FaceTime. You know.
I'll work.
Let him know.
All right, let's move on to the main topic. I mean, I feel like that was the main topic, but let's move on to the show that we're reviewing this week, and that's Ms. Marvel, episode, who knows what. It's been too long.
1 through 6.
Episode 1 through 6.
Oh, we haven't done any of it?
Let's go.
No, we're just doing episode 1 today.
Look, I'm gonna start with something. I guess it's a hot take. I didn't know this was a hot take, but
he's gonna say it.
I like this show more than Moon Knight. I think this is.
Oh my
Jeff, guys, get out of here.
This is an audio. This is an audio only.
But
if you could see the faces that I'm getting right now, I truly believe that this was a good and better show than Moon Knight to me. You know, I'm not taking away from Moon Knight, guys.
Yes, you are. That's literally what you're doing.
I'm not taking away from Moon Knight.
To quote Dario, it's hard to argue with somebody who has bad taste.
Thank you.
You guys are sheep. You guys are followers.
No,
sheep.
no.
We're sheep.
Yeah,
we're sheep, bro. The spoilers, by the way. But the show mentions mutants, and Jeff thinks this is a 10 out of 10.
That's literally the only reason why he likes them better.
No.
Honestly.
We'll get there. We'll get to that.
That's the only reason.
Okay. If I can encapsulate my quick thoughts, I really like the show. This was her first acting gig ever, and the fact that it was a Marvel show, it must be really nerve-wracking. I think she did so good. She did way better than America Chavez, the actress. She's a good actress. I love her parents, her mom, her dad, the characters, Bruno. They felt real, like the parents felt like I could relate to that, immigrant parents. The brother. Yeah, the story wasn't the best, especially when we left New York.
You mean the show?
The New Jersey area.
The reason we watched the show for the story.
No,
it's not the best.
No,
the story wasn't great.
Stop acting like Moon Knight. Stop acting like Moon Knight's story was perfect.
Oh no,
absolutely.
What are you talking about?
Listen, it's like me playing a game and then it sucks, and then I'm like, well, at least Spider-Man was cool.
No, listen. Episodes 1 through 3 were perfect. It did get weaker around episode 4 and 5. I did enjoy episode 6. But this was a good story. the visuals, you can't deny that the visuals for this show were great.
Yeah.
The soundtrack was great. And like I said, the cast, like she's a freak. I can't wait to see her in the Miss Marvel's movies. And yeah, that's what I gotta say.
Okay. There is some valid points in there, and then there's also the part where he said it's better than Moon Knight.
Right. Yeah, there's a good points, and then that whatever that was, take
whatever that was.
It's all subjective.
Until a certain point, and then it's not, and then it's objective. And this
Wow.
Because we are.
This is how dictators start. You see this?
That's right. You'll know what's good. George, you go first.
Oh man, where do I even start?
Don't say it like that. It wasn't that bad.
No, it was. I want to point this out. I watched it all again, like all the way through with Michael because he wanted to binge it for this, and I think on the second watch it works better watching it all together instead of watching it separately, because I enjoyed it more the second time around.
Yeah.
It felt more complete. Like I wasn't waiting a week for like, oh well, I didn't know about that episode. Let's wait for the next one, see if it's better. But yeah, no, the visuals are probably the cinematography and the visuals I think are the strong points for me. I like Iman Vellani as Kamala, and she is great. She's very charismatic, and every time she's on screen, I want to be your friend, and I did have an issue. It's kind of growing on me, the whole powers thing where they changed it. Because for those who don't know, in the comics, she has embiggening powers or polymorph, which means she can stretch instead of make those shapes with just her body, not like with like cosmic looking stuff. But there's good elements. It's just the cons kind of outweigh the pros for me in terms of making it better than a lot of these shows. But I did enjoy it, and it has a lot of heart within it. And yeah, I am excited to see where she goes with she's the strong point. Like she's the best part of this show.
She's definitely.
I'm excited to see where she goes with the whole Miss Marvel thing. Yeah.
Who's next?
Mike.
Well, you're next to me, so.
Yeah. Yep. I agree with a lot of what he said. I think that for me personally, the pros outweigh the cons. I think that it was overall a really good experience to watch, and it was very fun to watch it. Like he said, definitely the best parts about it are the cinematography, the visual effects, and her. Those three were definitely the things that carried it really for me. And yeah, the story was a little shaky. Everything surrounding it was not the best I've ever seen, but it wasn't enough to just completely deflate the show for me. I still was having a good time with it. Like Jeff said, the characters do feel very real and relatable. Some of them do feel like that, so that's good too. But with the whole powers thing, I do kind of agree that it was strange at first for her not to have the comic book accurate power, but realistically, I think that it actually looks kind of cool, like when she does it. I think it looks cool.
It does.
But I think the part that's picking at me is not how it looks; it's just the change. Like if I remember you said this earlier, and I agree. If I could, it doesn't bother me. But if I could have the choice for her to have her normal ones versus this, I would still pick the comic book ones. Mm-hmm. And also this is just a nitpick, but I when she embiggened, I thought she was gonna be bigger, just like a little bit.
But her arms and legs got longer. That's it.
Yeah, it was just kind of like I thought she was gonna be like because she's like she's on the floor and she says embiggen, and I'm like, all right, here we go, But then she kind of grew a little taller, but it didn't ruin it for me. I just thought she was gonna be like larger. But yeah.
Side note, I want to also put on the record, any antagonists in the show I didn't like.
Yeah.
Anything that was going against her motivations, like in terms of the clandestines and or like anybody fighting her or the Jinn. Well, that's the same thing. Clandestines.
Yeah,
The DODC, the damage control people.
Yeah.
I didn't like them. And it's mostly because of the motivations. They were a little too dimensional for me.
And they also just felt kind of weak, like fitting in the whole story, like part of it. I think that out of everything from the show, that's the
weaker
weakest
part
for me.
Any antagonist.
Was that. But like I said before, there was nothing on the con side that pulled me out enough for me to not say that overall it was definitely a good show, and in my opinion one of the better ones. It's definitely up there on my list.
Better than Moon Knight?
And it was that's my number one. Moon Knight is my top.
I was just
Wait, so you put Moon Knight over WandaVision?
Yes, I'm gonna have to do that.
Okay.
But WandaVision is up there for me too, though. That's probably my second.
What is it? What's your second?
WandaVision.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm not mad at that, Jeff. I'm not. It's okay that you can say Moon Knight is better than WandaVision. I guess I don't agree, but
Dario, you know what, bro? Do you, my brother? Okay, brother.
Okay, brother. Come on, brother.
Listen, brother. I kind of want to start on that point of the villain. I think that was because this, I guess, it is a preference of what kind of show you like, because this was a different type of show, and you can tell from the very beginning. It's like, okay, this is not a superhero show, and that's kind of why, like halfway through, I believe we kind of don't know who the villain is, because it's like, it's like there's no villain, there's no bad person yet. It takes a while to get there, and then it's like, okay, who is the villain? And then this lady shows up, and I kind of predicted it. Like as soon as we met her, I was like, she kind of looks.
Didn't I tell you?
Too obvious.
She has a villain face.
She shows up, and I'm like, does that face scream I'm a bad guy?
Right.
Yeah.
She has that face, and when they had that conversation at the beginning, like when she first meet them, I'm like, I'm getting villain vibes here. Like I don't know, and then it turned out to be like that she was kind of like the villain, but then she doesn't even last the whole show. She dies, and then the villain, like you guys said, is either the son or the police. The DOC, is it? DODC. So
Damage control.
Yeah, which was kind of lame, like you guys said. It just seemed kind of lame, and the whole final like showdown where they're like following them against in the high school. I'm like, this is a little silly. I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
It's a little Home Alone-ish.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. It's a little.
I will say, like, they looked cool though. Like them, like they looked cool.
Right.
I think that they looked cool, but I just don't think that they themselves were like intimidating.
Right.
That's what.
Yeah, and I thought that final scene was fun to watch. It was like it's like they're running around, but then when you think about it, and I can't help but think, it's like, okay, these are cops trying to get kids. This ragtag team, they can't get them. Like it just seemed kind of cartoonish.
I kept mentioning it.
Stop thinking so much,
Bro,
Dario.
I can't.
This is a universe where there's a talking raccoon.
Yeah,
that's not the same.
Not
thing.
the same thing though.
No, that means stop thinking so much about it.
You can't make me not think, okay?
Honestly,
but yeah. So it felt like a teenage, coming of age type show. Which I guess that's not a superhero show, which I think why they didn't focus too much on the villain. But
it's like Homecoming.
Yeah, kind of like Homecoming. But in Homecoming, even there's a villain still.
Vulture, one of the best.
One of the best.
Yes,
one of the best ones.
I agree.
So if they would have done that, like I feel like they concentrated a little heavy on the coming of age aspect of it, which is just like a teenager just wanting to be, wanting to do her thing, and having parents that are very strict and, from a different culture, and like that struggle was interesting, but I guess it wasn't just what I was expecting. And I'm sure if I watch it again, like you said, George, I'll probably like it better, because once you know what kind of show it is, it's like, okay, I can just enjoy it for what it is. But yeah, I also think it's a good show. I don't think it's a bad show. I think it's a good show. I really liked it. It's just like it's not up there for me, because Moon Knight was like, I don't know, I really like Moon Knight, and I like WandaVision, and even Loki was like kind of cool, especially towards the end. So it doesn't make my top 3. It's just not going to do that, because I like more superhero stuff, and
especially watching Marvel, it's a superhero.
That's kind of what you expect.
Yeah.
So But I like. Man, I told you guys this. Like, oh, they're really trying to hit every genre now. Like when I watch it, okay, this is different, and that's cool.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah,
that is cool. I will say that like I think that out of all or most of the Marvel stuff, that when they try to do more lighthearted type stuff, I think that this is probably in my opinion the best interpretation of lighthearted that they've done. Maybe excluding Ragnarok, because that was also really good too. But either Ragnarok or this show, I think, was the best time that they did lighthearted, but it didn't feel like too much, and it still was grounded to the point where you still felt, and it wasn't trying to make cheesy jokes every 5 seconds and all that stuff.
You're right.
So I did like that. It gave me hope that they can still do lighthearted stuff without making me want to die.
And I think.
There's one moment with there's one big one where she's fighting the Red Dagger dude and they're making these jokes and I'm sitting there please stop.
That one was,
they had to do
it.
Yeah.
Did they though? Did they have to do it?
They don't have to do anything. Yeah.
No, that boy literally said, "Where'd you get your jumping skills from? Ninja Turtles or Donkey Kong?"
Something like that.
I'm stop.
Yeah.
It wasn't very.
That's not
very
it.
nice
But
to watch.
I think you're right about that. These are probably the two lighthearted, best things Thor in this, and I think it's because when you understand the tone and you set the tone, and it's that type of show or that type of movie, and then just do it right. This show, had just because it's from a teenager's point of view of life and just going to high school, just makes it. And obviously her acting is great in this, and that makes it what it is. And that's what Thor Ragnarok has too. Chris Hemsworth is just funny. He's a funny dude, and he knows how to play that character. And so Thor Ragnarok shines because he has that tone, so many bright colors, and he's very lighthearted. And you have Thor and you have Hulk, and they're just funny together. And then so you have the right
They're all
balance.
molds together.
Yeah, it all just it makes that perfect. It just creates the tone very beautifully, and to watch it all happen, it feels right, correct. You wouldn't want to go into an Avengers movie when serious stuff is about to go down, and then you have the same tone as Miss Marvel. You know, you don't want that. That's not. So it just you have to set what your expectations, what you want the show to be, and you have to
within the first episode.
Exactly, and you have to provide it in the beginning, and then from there you're okay, this is what's gonna happen, and then it works out really well. I think.
Imagine Endgame with Thor jokes.
Yeah. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Exactly. No, that would be terrible.
I knew that was gonna come up. Please no.
It not work out.
Oh man.
I guess I just want to highlight again.
Endgame, Dario. I cried in Endgame.
I know. It's a sad movie. It's good.
It is.
Very good.
I like that thing you said last pod. You were like, oh man, I was crying the whole time with Thor. I was like, yeah, I was crying at how bad it was.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess I just want to highlight again, to me, some of the best moments were with her parents, when they didn't let her go to the convention and he showed up dressed as Hulk to go with them. That was pretty, like you said.
I like
heartwarming.
My boy Yusuf Khan.
Yeah. I was talking about that. How you feel
you feel and when he's sad because
exactly.
he's no, you're gonna embarrass me.
Yeah, he's a very teenage
Exactly.
thing. Dad, no.
But you see the dad's face. It's damn, you
disappointed.
Yeah.
It's just that situation that a lot of teenagers face, where it's I don't want to hurt my parents' feelings, but I also don't want to go to this dress as something I didn't plan to. So and
with my parents,
also
that's embarrassing.
I love my parents, but also I don't want my parents to be there with me when I'm doing this thing. So when you make that harsh decision to be no, I don't want to do that, and then he gets all sad, and it's ow.
Yeah. He's
and I also
the sweetest man.
And I love the way she gets her name. That was so perfect. Just her and her dad.
That was good.
Simple.
I was waiting for that to happen. I was like, when are they gonna say that?
I kept calling her Nightlight. I was like,
Stop. So I watched that episode right after I read the first comic that she came out in. And that scene is in the comic, like the way she gets her name. Well, so the scene in the comic explains why her name's Kamala, right? And which means perfect or perfection. But in the comic, it doesn't, like, she gets Miss Marvel because she transforms into an iteration of Miss Marvel, and that's a whole thing. But the way they emphasize that in this show,
I like that better.
But I liked it too.
And it's a good workaround that she likes
cool.
Miss Marvel, Marvel,
Captain Marvel.
And even her reaction is like, I share the same name with freaking, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't feel fake, and it gives it a good reason for her to call herself that.
It's perfect, dude. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Bro, Carol Danvers showed up on Earth twice. This entire MCU.
Yeah, we were talking about that. And like the whole show, I'm making fun of Kamala because I'm like, your favorite superhero is really Captain Marvel. like I'm like, bro, you could have what? Like, bro,
Like, give me reasons.
Why?
Bro,
you
said
could have went dressed as Black Widow.
Right.
Like that would have been cooler. Like
that would have made it would have made more sense. Yusuf shows up as Hulk.
right?
And-
You don't want to go as Hulk,
Bro,
Right.
Hulk? Come on now.
true.
Captain Marvel literally nobody's there to see her destroy the ship. In
right? You don't know
Endgame.
what she did in
No, but they
Endgame.
know. The thing is, they're
Yeah,
like
they know.
documenting, like, you know, this is history,
Yeah.
so they know what
Were
happened.
you there, Dario? Were you there?
Were they there when she ran into the ship like a bullet? And
No,
Bro,
they weren't. But they
everybody
know,
saw that.
They know about
People
it.
saw that, bro.
Yeah, they saw it.
Yeah, they saw
They have
it.
a-
They saw
Did
it.
they?
Saw it.
No, but that's
Saw it?
It
Were
was
they
on,
there?
no.
it was on YouTube.
It wasn't.
It's on
no,
YouTube.
no. So I think everything that happens in the, you know, we see in the movies, the public knows. I mean, they make a point out
I think
of
majority.
yeah, because they
I think
tell
certain
the news
parts.
like how something happened, just like anything happens in history. Obviously, you know,
That's true.
things happen in history. People weren't there, but they talk about it, they report it, and stuff like that. And they kind of make that point in Doctor Strange in the other universe, how they say like how Doctor Strange died in that universe turns out to be a lie, but at least even though they were in another planet, they still told the public like what happened. So when they're truthful, they do talk to the people and say, hey, this is what happened.
And they.
And apparently Ant-Man has a podcast.
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
Yeah. So he probably
He told all the
inflates it a lot.
stories. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
That'd be really funny to hear his point of view of that, like and make himself like the big hero. That'd be really funny. Or like the guy that tells the story in Ant-Man. Like he tells the story.
Oh yeah.
Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis.
Yeah.
He'll probably like open the movie like, and this is what happened during Endgame. I mean, he's not gonna say that, and then he's gonna do that whole funny story thing.
About like 2 months ago, I was like, guys, you guys imagine that? What if they reveal that she's a mutant? And my friends laughed at me.
I don't know what you're talking
They
about.
said
Why
They
do
said
you
I
keep bringing
was-
this up?
they said I was stupid. They said I was ignorant for thinking.
I'm just
this.
denying that it
But
happened.
Jeff, she's an inhuman. Jeff, she's an inhuman. You know, let me have my flowers. Give me my flowers.
Buying flowers.
Give him a
I'll
cookie.
give you
I
these
called
hands.
this. I called this, and not only did they say you have a mutation, but they were like, oh, and let's drop the theme song, just cherry on top. So that I freaked out a little when I saw that. I'm not
I'm
gonna
sure
lie.
he did.
Yeah. I don't doubt it.
No, it was cool.
And-
It was cool the way they did it.
It was-
And then she doesn't
it's
even
a good
care.
reveal.
Yeah, she's like, ah.
She's like, yeah, it's just another label. That's literally what she
Yeah.
said.
So here's my question for you guys: is she the first mutant that shows up in the MCU, or is she the first mutant that we know of?
No, because Scarlet Witch is technically a mutant,
And Quicksilver.
and Quicksilver.
But is it canon that they're mutants?
At this point, yeah.
They don't.
Ju-
They don't like specifically. Say,
They don't say you're a mutant. They just
But I
say
feel like-
this is how your powers
I
work
think
from
that is,
inside.
Yeah, I feel like.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
but are they mutants because they got their powers from the Infinity Stone?
Yeah, and she got her powers from the bracelet. It's just, I think it's like some humans, if you have mutation, that's my theory, then you can get powers somehow, right?
You get something activates.
Something activates.
Yeah,
it. And that's
No,
always
no,
how
no.
it's
That's
been.
what-
No, something that you're talking about in humans. The humans, the Terra Mist activates your powers. If you're a mutant, you are born with it, and when you're a teenager, it just the powers start manifesting.
So how does Deadpool get his powers in his movie? Under somebody activating it, under like a stress machine.
Is Deadpool considered a mutant?
Yeah, he's a mutant.
Yeah, he's a mutant. Yeah, definitely.
Is it like that in the comics? I'm not sure.
Yes, he is a mutant.
I'm pretty.
Okay,
yeah,
I can't. I don't know about Deadpool, but if you literally look at all the mutants around when like the age of 13, you know, around that age, that's when they manifest their powers. It's not something that gets activated. Now in the show, in this Miss Marvel, they kind of did it a little like.
Well, look how
the
Wolverine
bracelet
activated his powers. His mom died in front of him, and then his claws emerged out of.
That is true.
Wolverine.
Yeah,
in X-Men Origins, Wolverine. How he became Wolverine. Well, when he was little, his mom, like his dad shot his mom or something, and then he got really angry, and his claws emerged out of his hands.
Right. Oh yeah, but there wasn't like a thing that activated it, like a, you know, like a.
Yeah, I'm saying there's something behind how he gets his powers,
right?
Instead
right,
of just it happening.
I don't know,
because in this they said there's something else in your genes. Like your brother wanted to know if he also has powers, but your DNA looks different. So even that, like.
Didn't they kind of say like the mom was also a superhero because had powers because she used the bracelet? So I think grandma. Yeah, and he was like, I studied everybody in your family, and you're the only one with this kind of mutation. Kind of made it seem like that's why she had powers, and maybe that's why she's better at the powers because she's a mutant or she has a mutation. But didn't seem, I don't know. They just haven't explained anything. So,
and also they want to kind of get close to that whole inhuman thing because in the comics she's an inhuman, so they're trying to like mold that storyline in.
Maybe potentially, and like this is kind of a long shot, but I can see it occurring in the future. Is that right now we're being shown as this like kind of like more inhuman side, right? But then they tease the mutation. Maybe some point in the future, movies or whatever. I mean, she might lose the bracelet, and we think, okay, she's powerless now, and maybe she begins without the bracelet or something, and then that's when it's that's where like, oh wow,
and that's when we see the comic accurate way of doing it.
Yeah, maybe they're starting.
Don't give me hope.
Yeah,
man.
like I said, it's kind of a long shot, but it could be possible where. They maybe they didn't want to start it off straight away as comic book accurate. Maybe they wanted to save that hype for somewhere down the line, So, but it might be.
And also, I would like to point out a little cosmetic thing. In the comics, she just has that bangle as an accessory. So like in the game or in the comics, you'll see it on her arm and it'll grow with her.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting that they implemented
they
that
made the point.
Into her story.
He said, actually the power doesn't come from the bracelet. It looks like it actually comes from you. So he also pointed that out. Like, I don't know what the bracelet is doing, but it's helping her, but the power is coming from her. And like you said, maybe something activated it, or I don't know how they're going to explain that, but they did say it was her. It wasn't the bracelet.
I think Michael's right though. I think it's her, but the bracelet gives it like that cosmic aesthetic.
Cosmic,
but she doesn't know it yet, so she can do it without the bracelet, but it's gonna look normal. It just looks.
It might be like easier with the bracelet because when she gets the bracelet, she immediately is able to do it, and she has like almost no control over it.
Okay.
So
does that mean her bloodline, like her great grandmother, can do the same thing?
Not necessarily.
I don't know, because he said, didn't Bruno say you're the only one with this mutation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how it is in the X-Men. Like the parents are normal, and for some reason the kid comes out a mutant.
It's just the genetic mutation. Yeah, it's like real life mutations. Where, like stuff like that. It just happens in DNA.
Now, guys.
So I mean, like, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, just keep in mind too. They don't have to follow the comic books. They can just make up their own thing. So you guys are trying to feed it to the comic books. Oh, in the comics it's not like this, but they might just say it can be activated and say that that's also a mutant. So they can change it up.
That is very true. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So to go back to the question, then do you think she's like the first of her kind,
I don't think so.
No.
Nah. I think that with the way that it looks right now I think that Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are the first mutants ever introduced in the MCU.
And that would make sense.
That's what I think. Yeah.
And because they're also not using something to enhance their powers, they were just activated.
But if it does go down that route where that whole route I explained, then yes, I do think that she would be the first mutant to be introduced in the MCU.
True.
Because they come straight from her, just genetics.
For all we know, they haven't even made that decision. I mean,
yeah, right.
They're just going through the motions.
I like the idea that she's not the first one, like you said. Maybe it's Scarlet Witch or them, but that there's already a group of people. That Charles Xavier is chilling somewhere on an island or something like Krakoa. Dude, Krakoa.
Yeah,
and they're just waiting. They're just waiting
started.
for the right moment, you know.
But that brings up that huge problem in Eternals. You know, like in Eternals, like if you do have powers and you're around, why aren't you helping? Like you can't get over that.
That is true.
So
because,
I don't know.
Yeah, and you know what else?
Well, I was just gonna say that potentially maybe the reason that they. Oh, you want me to move up?
Yeah, closer.
Okay. I was gonna say that maybe the reason potentially they teased at her being a mutation is because she might be the reason the X-Men start to get involved. Because this is the first time we see a mutant as what we're going by right now, like of what we know, in like a city doing things, you know, like out in the world and publicly known. And the X-Men, specifically Xavier, may see this and be like, okay, we gotta go get her or something like that, you know. So that might be a possibility as well.
Well, I'm also a little weirded out whenever they introduce a new like secret organization.
Yeah, that doesn't fit right.
Like I feel like there's too many. I feel like because now they're like, well, now we have Red Daggers. Now we have the damage control, which was set up. But it's also like now we're implementing too many variables to like interfere with a lot of things happening.
Every time they do that,
they feel like
a show. I just don't.
Yeah.
I'm like.
You stop it.
The term secret, the term secret organization is like okay, so you're just another company out here.
Or the clandestines and stuff like that.
People are already making fun of it. Like, how many secret organizations can we have secretly taking over the world?
There's no way that everybody is just secretly taking over.
Can you imagine?
And no one is interacting.
Like. You imagine they get to the point where like, all right, we're here, we can take over the world, and then there's like 5 other people there,
like a bunch of other representatives.
Get in line, buddy.
Who are
Who are
these people? We are the most secret. No, we are the most secret organization.
That's a sketch right there. We should do that.
Honestly,
there's so many.
Well, hold up. We're from a different dimension. We're from another Earth.
Like,
what the?
At the beginning with just S.H.I.E.L.D., it was like, okay, these are the guys. They're secret. They're secret. But like. Now
and Sword is out there too.
Yeah, like
Sword,
now everybody's secret.
Yeah.
Everybody's secret, but not really.
But not actually. Because they showed up to a high school and chased children in the public. So it's not very secret.
Not very secret.
Sure. Can I say something that this may be a little off topic what we were just talking about? But
sure.
I did told you guys that I thought that Spider-Man was gonna show up at the end of the movie, and I remember the reason why. So I first said I think obviously Captain Marvel will show up somewhere, and she did.
Yeah.
But then at the end, what made me think is like the guy from the DOCE, he
DODC.
What is it?
DODC.
I'm just gonna correct you every time you get it wrong.
Perfect. The main guy who is in No Way Home, that's interviewing he's the same actor in this thing. So I thought that was them like kind of foreshadowing that Spider-Man might show up because he's in No Way Home. So I was like, I'm just waiting for Spider-Man to show up. That'd be so cool. Just
don't get Jeff's hopes up.
You can't do that to yourself, man. Especially with Spider-Man.
That's so hype, Dario. That's Sony, really hype.
That's Sony.
I felt like that with like it was before I watched Hawkeye, so that's why. But you know how like that whole thing about how at the end of his movie he swung over the Rockefeller Center, and then the finale of Hawkeye happened. So I was like, okay, where's he at?
Yeah.
I was with you. I was waiting for it.
Like he's around. That's literally where he hangs out. Like why he.
Exactly. I was like, here's Kingpin. It's the Rockefeller Center.
He lives in that building over there.
Oh my God.
There's Peter walking down the street.
Which, by the way, we didn't even mention that in the She-Hulk trailer. Didn't they just freaking Deadpool? Deadpool. Daredevil. Isn't that Daredevil?
Bro.
At the very end?
Yeah,
Yes,
Daredevil.
That's actually really important.
The best lawyer.
How can you guys not mention that?
I have no clue because he's there for like 2 seconds.
but like how random is that? Why is he in She-Hulk?
He's a lawyer.
Is that random there?
Yeah.
He's a really good lawyer there.
That's right. We know.
A really good one.
He's a very good lawyer, and he's here to up She-Hulk. That's what he's here for.
I guess
I'm here to
that
help
does
you,
make
lawyer.
sense.
One thing that with the X-Men in the comics is that they're hated by people because they're odd and they got powers.
They're weird. Yeah.
I wonder how they're gonna handle
doesn't
that in
make
the
sense,
movies
really.
because people must already be used to people with powers.
Yeah. So
And that's like
they
something
have to
big
be.
about the X-Men that they're
it's
hated.
it's a commentary on racism. and
Right.
stuff like
They're
that.
hated for being different. So I wonder how that's gonna translate.
So I think they can't do every aspect of X-Men. They just can't because it's a different universe.
They can't.
Like
It's
I
a
said
whole
before, my
different,
theory,
plane.
unless they do X-Men in a different universe where they don't have superheroes and they're the only people with powers, that's the only way you can really do X-Men the way they're supposed to be. But to do it in the MCU in this universe, they can't do all of that. They just literally can't.
but it's
I feel like
it's like something essential. About them. you know?
It is very important. I feel like the only way they would be able to do that is if like the X-Men's goal and their potential introduction it just goes against like everything that everybody likes. I don't know what they would be doing.
Like it seems evil.
Yeah, like I don't understand what the X-Men would be able to do that the public is like. Those specific group of superhumans are not cool, but I like Miss Marvel.
Except Miss Marvel.
Thor, Hulk, they're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ran through my city, and like fought Iron Man and tore around an entire building.
He threw my car.
But because that guy in a wheelchair is doing something weird, I'm not. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Dude, I wonder how they're gonna handle that.
I think they have to skip it. Unless, I said...
But I agree with Jeff, though. It's so important.
It is. Unless they know that it's so important, then just set up the X-Men movie or whatever in a different universe. Like, I hope... Just why can't they just go to a different... I mean, they already been to different universes. We know it happens.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
Just instead of 616, right? That's our universe. Just set it in a different universe. And then you can do whatever you want.
Technically, it's not, but... Technically not.
Isn't it 616?
There's an argument
616.
there. Even the actress for Kamala said it wasn't.
Did she say something about that?
But in
the comic
Doctor
universe.
Doctor Strange, the Rachel McAdams character, Christine, she said
6 months.
Our Earth is 616.
And she's a whole professor on that.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't she
also
be right?
Professors could be wrong.
Right.
Professors could be wrong. That is very true. We could be just incorrect. But I feel like that
or the writer.
In the comics it states our Earth is not 616.
So this is why you need to be careful with what you say in movies, because I feel like when you say something in a movie, it has to be like the thing. You know what?
Concrete.
It has to be concrete. Yeah. You can't have somebody say something like, "Oh, your universe 616," and then turns out that's not true. So it's like, why did you put it in a movie? I feel that's also why I hate. Well, not hate, but I really don't like Thor.
He hated it.
I hate that movie.
No, but my problem with Thor is like there's so many things they just do. Like they don't set anything up, kind of contradicts a few things, and then they just kind of do it just for a joke. Like just because Thor can give powers to people all of a sudden, he takes the ball. I don't know. There's just so many things that just kind of happen, and it's like, oh, his clothing. He can just create clothing. That's a power he has. Like, it almost seems like he's almost like Doctor Strange, with all the things he can do.
I think like when they're writing, they just think it's like, it's not a big deal. Like probably when they wrote that 616 line, they were like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But
it's just for this gag or this thing we want to do. So even though it doesn't make sense in the universe, they still do it. So
but like that 616 thing, I feel like when you write that, it's intentional to be like big. You know, like that's a reveal.
Yeah, especially with Secret Wars happening.
Exactly. With that in your plans, and you know how important universes like identifying which is which is. Yeah. To say like this is 616, I feel like that's not something you just put in for fan service. I feel like that's concrete. But this is 616. But I mean, unless they like just completely plot twist everything and like I don't know.
That's the thing. They might have just done that just for fan service because.
Do you think so?
Well, it's the thing is like if you don't have a good producer like keeping tabs on like everything you mention and make sure it gets followed through and everything, then you just have some guy writing a movie, really. And if he's like, it'd be really cool if they say 616, you know, and they're not thinking about like what's coming up next and how that might wreck it. But they're just like, hey, I'm writing this movie, I'm putting it in, and then no one tells him to take it out. That
is true. Yeah, it can just be. They don't understand how detrimental that is to like, because especially with the multiverse in sight, and we're already arriving. Like we're here now.
Yeah, we're in the multiverse saga, boys.
Like, to say a false identification just for fan service is like that's not
it, Chief.
Yeah, that's not something you could just do.
And apparently the actress that plays Ms. Marvel, she already said she goes back and forth with Kevin Feige about this, and like I guess he mocks her.
That's some balls.
Like, because Kevin Feige is like, no, this is the 616, and she's like, no, it's not.
So maybe that's just her thoughts. You know, it's no canon.
No, because I believe in the comics they mention the movie universe and they give it I forgot what the number is, George. I don't know if you remember.
It's 8 something 9.
I know it's got like
999.
Like yeah.
It's long. Or 19. I don't know. Yeah, it's not 616. That's it.
Yeah. It's a whole nother. Yeah, that's. I don't know. They might use that for a plot twist later on. That's something I can see them doing, but. Unless it's just like what Dario said, some guy was like, 616 is cool, so we're gonna make that in here. We're gonna put it in there. And he's like, the movies they made around the multiverse, let's get that.
Especially since that movie was rewritten so many times, and they were. I told you guys this. I think they were just gonna start shooting just when COVID happened, and then they had to take a break, and then when they were about to start shooting again, they actually scrapped it and just rewrote a new script. Just before they started shooting. And they only had like 2 weeks to write it. So...
Oh, no.
I know. It sounds terrible.
6 months. 6 months of
then made me hate that movie a little more.
But like looking back on that movie, that kind of makes sense. Yes. Because I don't have entirely positive.
Especially with the director that's all about the classic horror movies. It's not really the writing that's the strong suit. Yeah. It's just about the content.
Definitely. That's how I feel about it as well. I think the content was the best part about that movie, and then the writing was
not it.
Unfortunately, extremely weak. As a massive Doctor Strange fan, I was going and like, I was so ready to see this movie. The first one was amazing, and then I love all of his cameos in all the movies. And then I come in, I'm like, wow, that was a pretty good movie.
Yeah,
that's good.
And they I guess the after credit scene of this. What do you guys think? Yo, Brie Larson looks different.
She looks thinner.
She does.
Yeah.
She looks great.
She does look different, yeah. She has like her... I don't know does she have those gloves?
No, she had a whole suit.
Yeah.
She had a whole suit, and it did cover her hands. But this one's like a little more toned down, like a little cut off at the arms and stuff, and she has gloves.
I like her hair, too.
She's thinner. She got a new haircut.
Her hair does look nice.
I don't even know what's up with that. Like, does she go to different planets to get different hairstyles?
Maybe she just gets.
Maybe that's her thing. Yeah, maybe.
Planet, like.
I mean,
intergalactical.
I mean, there's a few things. I forgot to mention in She-Hulk. Hulk doesn't have the hand. His hand is his arm is supposed to be all messed up.
Oh,
so that's different.
Also, one thing that I have been taught, I completely forgot to mention this about Hulk, is that at the end of Shang-Chi, he's Bruce Banner.
Right.
In the hologram. Mm-hmm. That's like big. It's like, why is he not?
You know what I mean?
He's not Spark Hulk.
And if they don't explain that stuff, I'm going to be really mad.
They better.
There has to be an explanation.
Yeah.
There's no way they just made him Bruce Banner in that. They can't leave that. If they leave that open,
they couldn't afford Hulk.
Well,
so
maybe he learned. I mean, actually, he would have to learn how to go back and forth like she does, because he's the one teaching her.
This might be a prequel to that. This might be beforehand.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, but what I'm saying is like maybe
see.
in She-Hulk he's able to go back to Bruce Banner to Hulk just like she can, because he's the one teaching her. So I'm assuming in the trailer we always see him as Hulk, but it's because he's training. Maybe he can go back to normal just like she does. That would make sense, because why would she be doing it and he's not doing it? But the hand thing is what I'm like. The arm thing is like, I don't know. I just thought he was gonna be all messed up. Like how did he fix that? That was from the gauntlet. Like I thought that was like severe and like permanent almost.
It might have the same thing to do with that. Like those might just be intertwined somehow. I don't see how, but it could be potentially. I don't know.
If they don't explain it, man.
They have to.
Daryl, you can't think too much. We already been through this.
I lost hope. I lost
not
hope.
think too much.
Dang, man. Phase 4 is not doing it for Dario.
No.
I agree with
I feel him.
agree with him. It's
I
just
feel
not,
him. It's a little inconsistent. A little bit.
There's just I was talking to you about this at the back of the car. Remember we ate pizza that one day, where I was like, they're making these movies, in my opinion, based off the big picture, like what's gonna come next and the finale, and I feel like they have that in mind too much, and I think they're forgetting like the small stuff that really makes these movies, and really makes these shows like
Daryl said before, like you just want a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just don't worry about what's to come and things like that. Like the now.
Yeah, you're right. They're worrying too much about the bigger plan. Yeah, just make a good movie.
They kind of have done a good job with that, with the shows. Like Moon Knight feels like
say
its
that
own
again,
thing.
Jeff?
They've kind of done that. They've kind of done a good job with that, with the shows. Like Moon Knight feels like its own thing, not
Very
connected
true.
to anything. Miss Marvel feels like its own little thing over there.
That's true too. Yeah.
Loki is more big
Loki's
picture.
definitely more big picture because it has Kang, has all that stuff. The
The WandaVision could be kind of both.
half and half.
The Winter Soldier one, that was very
thing.
contained. I
Yeah,
think.
very contained. Yeah.
Even the movies like Thor, that feels very by itself.
And I think it's because like in that moment of filming all those things, they weren't like make sure all these movies like reference the future. Just make something for what's happening right now, and then we'll get to that later.
But what I find in those movies or shows that feel contained, at least in my opinion watching them, is that a lot of the ones that come out on top on my tier list for the shows are the ones that take a break from the big multiverse thing, and like that's why I love Moon Knight so much, because it kind of feels similar to the Phase 1 and 2 movies, the solo hero movies like Iron Man and stuff like that. It's a nice refresher with a really good story, a good drive, a great introduction to a great character, and to just take a break from all the big multiverse
we don't need all that. We just need a good story by itself.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why some of my favorites are like Hawkeye, Moon Knight. Those are up there for me. So that's why I find that. So I just hope that they start to realize that, and when they're making these bigger picture movies, that's when they can go all out and start throwing all that stuff in. But I think that was the main problem with me with Doctor Strange, is that it is a bigger picture movie, but I just feel like they tried to squeeze a lot, and the writing didn't feel a lot to me. So, but that's just how I feel about that whole contained and then uncontained stuff, content type thing.
Yeah, I guess we'll see Miss Marvel again.
Yeah.
With,
the Marvels?
The Marvels? Is that what it's called?
The Marvels.
Yeah, it looks like they swap places.
So did they?
Yeah,
did they swap?
No.
It's so confusing.
She changed. Did she change into her?
I thought
The
she
creator,
changed into her.
Well, the writer came out and she said that they just swapped places, not like inside her body. No, they just literally,
That's what I meant. Yeah, they just because at first I thought she transformed into her, but then she started looking around. Yeah, she started looking around. She was like, "Oh, what is all this?" And then I was like, "Did she swap or And
because that's a story. That's the main storyline in the beginning comics, that she transforms into Captain Marvel, but her old iteration of Miss Marvel,
So
because
what-
she thinks that's like the pinnacle superhero.
So what Captain Marvel is this? Is this a different universe?
It could be. That
Ooh,
maybe
that
it's just
is
last
because we
week.
are in the multiverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's part of the multiverse.
Saga.
Nah,
Yeah.
that wouldn't make sense though. Why would it be another universe?
But why did she look so different though? Her hair is longer. She has a different suit.
Because
Because
they
in
want to
real
sell
life
toys,
she lost
Dario.
weight. There you go.
No, but her hair is
It
longer.
also-
Her hair is
Well, it also
longer.
has been. It's
Okay.
been time. It's been time. That is true. Yeah. It
I don't
has
see
been
why
time.
the
time
real
has
Captain
passed.
Marvel can't change her hair.
I'm saying her hair is
Yeah.
longer and she has a different suit, doesn't she?
Her hair's
Yeah.
longer in Shang-Chi
It's a
also.
little upgraded. Like I
No,
it's just
no. She
different
has
looking.
short hair still.
No, not in Shang-Chi. She has
It's
no
just a
more,
little
like, long
cosmetic
hair.
change.
Okay.
Yeah, she just wanted
Dario,
to switch it
it's
up.
to sell
she wanted
toys.
to switch it up. Okay?
Dario,
Alright?
do you have a
Let's
problem
put it
with her
I'm just
switching her hair?
okay, no. Okay. Why are you guys coming in so hard on me? I'm just
This is
saying,
very sexist.
I'm just saying, like, why would she switch places with somebody in her own universe? Like,
It wasn't on purpose, I don't think.
No,
but that's
yeah,
the
it
power
wasn't
she
on
has
purpose.
now too.
No,
No,
I
I think
don't
it was the,
I think
the
it's the
bracelet.
bangle.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Some,
but what does
something
that band has
happened.
to do with Captain Marvel? Because I
You
know
gotta
acting up.
watch the movie.
I don't know. We'll see.
we
The
won't know
Marvels.
yet, Dario. Bro, stop
There's
thinking.
Dario
Dario
Stop
forgot
thinking.
what a cliffhanger is.
but it makes no sense. But the thing is also they're setting up a lot of different characters. You guys remember every movie has some person come in. Like you have Harry Styles at the end of Eternals, then you have what's her name at the end of Doctor Strange come in, and then at the end of Thor, who is that, Hercules or somebody? I don't know.
Hercules.
Yeah,
Hercules, yeah.
yeah. So they're bringing in a bunch of
Uh,
people
we don't
just at
even
the
know.
end of the after
No?
credit
Yeah.
scene.
But this was the show.
Okay.
Well, a better argument than this was a show. I just think that because she looks a little different doesn't mean that it has to be another.
It doesn't mean
Right.
anything, honestly.
I'm not saying
She's
it
a
has
girl.
to be. I'm
She just
saying
wanted,
that would be
she
a
just
reason.
wanted to change her. She just wanted to change her hair.
Okay,
Dario.
alright.
Girls just want to have fun.
All right. All right. Anyway, moving on. Are we done?
So final thoughts. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I like the show. It's number 3 for me. It
That's
goes
fair.
WandaVision, Loki, and then this show.
That's strong.
I
That's really strong.
give it. Yeah. Sorry, guys. And Moon Knight.
Yeah, I know.
Moon Knight is
It's
a
easy.
close.
It's easy
close.
to. I know
Not
it's
gonna
easy
lie.
to please you, Jeff. And honestly, that's
Bro,
how it is.
what?
I said it's easy to please you, Jeff. I know. It's okay.
I'm a very simple guy. It's very close. It's very close. Like here's Miss Marvel, here's Moon Knight. It's like really.
I think you got to
close.
do a rewatch.
Yeah, of
think you need to watch
Moon
it
Knight.
again.
Yeah.
Just off the top of my head, without thinking it too much, WandaVision number 1. I guess Moon Knight, and then Loki. Although it's a toss up. It's a
Alright.
toss up between those two.
I got mine just off the top of my head. I didn't think about it too much. Mine goes Moon Knight number 1, WandaVision, and Hawkeye. Those are my top 3 up there.
Wow.
I like Hawkeye, dude. A lot of people were hating on it.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
why. I really,
that show
I really
gets too
liked
much hate.
Hawkeye. I really liked Hawkeye. A lot.
I liked it a
Yeah.
lot too. Not for my top 3 though.
All right, now it's just you.
Top one. Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Get out of here.
Morbius.
Morbius.
Morbid Iron Fist.
It's Morbius.
No, it's it's probably the same. Like WandaVision, Moon Knight, and then what's the other ones? God, there's a lot now.
There's
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
that's
the
why
other one?
I was having a hard time. Because am I forgetting
Yeah, well,
one?
yeah, you gotta think about
Yeah.
it. You gotta really
Yeah,
think about it.
Daredevil, because it counts now.
No.
Nah,
It
it's not.
doesn't count.
No.
Yeah, it
Doesn't
does.
count.
Yeah, this is part of the MCU now.
You better cut that. You better cut that out. right now.
No. Replace it with Daredevil. Shoot, I don't know. Maybe Hawkeye. Maybe.
Well, you said
Just say Miss
WandaVision
Marvel
and then
already.
Moon Knight.
Yeah, WandaVision, Moon Knight, and then Hawkeye. I'll agree with that. And I probably have some evidence to back that
Miss
up.
Marvel's definitely my number 4, but
Yeah.
that just tough.
Loki was good, guys. Are you guys not remembering Loki?
It was good.
It was good, but I just man, I don't know what it was. It just didn't stick.
I
out.
would like to debate that one day. It's not my favorite.
What?
It's the.
Okay.
Bro, I'll
not
take
my
you on
favorite.
that. I'll take
It's
you.
not
Yeah,
my
I'll
favorite.
absolutely.
There you go.
take
That's
that
another
on.
pod. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, that ain't my favorite. If you ever need backup, I got you.
Absolutely.
Feel the same way.
Yeah.
Feel the same way.
Do the whole call home thing. Be like, I need to call
Now
in.
we'll do
a
a
favorite.
2 versus 2. Me and
There you
Jeff
go.
will argue
There you go.
Loki.
Me too.
You guys
That'd be
will
a good
argue
one.
why
That'd be a
not.
good one.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Sure.
So yeah, thanks for watching this episode. If you are, like we always said, if you made it to the end, wow, congrats! You're one of the real
You
ones.
get a cookie.
You get a cookie.
You do need a cookie.
You get a big old cookie.
Make sure to like the video, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. Links in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching. Those are our thoughts. See you next time. And cut.